Hello everyone, I Kanira Chirag, Faculty of Diploma Computer in Dr. Subhash Technical Campus. Welcome all to Lecture 6 of Unit 1 Introduction to Mobile Computing. In Lecture 6, we will discuss basic of mobile IP, components of mobile IP, process of mobile IP, application of mobile IP, and basic mobile computing protocols. Mobile IP. Mobile IP is an internet protocol designed to support host mobility. Allow user to keep the same IP address, stay connected and maintain ongoing application while roaming between IP networks. The mobile device can span different types of wireless and wireline networks while maintaining connection and ongoing application. Remote login, remote printing and file transfer are some examples of application where it is undesirable to interrupt communication while an individual roams across network boundaries. Also, certain network services such as software license and free and access privileges are based on IP address. This is an IETF means Internet Engineering Task Force standard communication protocol designed to allow mobile devices such as laptop, PDA, mobile phone, etc. user to move from one network to another while maintaining their permanent IP means Internet Protocol defined in RFC Request for Comments 2002. Mobile IP is an enhancement of the Internet Protocol that adds mechanism for forwarding internet traffic to mobile device known as mobile nodes when they are connecting through other than their home network. Now we discuss features of mobile IP. No geographical limitation, no physical connection required. Mobile IP finds local IP routers and connects automatically. Modification to other router and host is not required. Mobile IP leaves transport and other protocol unaffected. Support security. Now we discuss components of mobile IP. Mobile IP includes mobile nodes. Mobile nodes means the mobile node is an end system or device such as a cell phone, PDA, or laptop whose software enable network roaming capabilities. Home agent. The home agent provides a server service for the mobile node and is located in the home network. The tunnel for the packets toward the mobile nodes start at home agent. The home agent maintains a location registry, means it is informed of the mobile node's location by the current COA, means care of address. Following alternatives for the implementation of an HA exist. Home agent can be implemented on a router that is responsible for the home network. This is obviously the best position because without optimization to mobile IP, all packets for the MN have to go through the router anyway. If changing the router software is not possible, the home agent could also be implemented on an arbitrary node. In the subset, one biggest disadvantage of this solution is the double crossing of the router by packet. If the MN is in a foreign network, a packet of the mobile node comes in via the router. The HA sends it through the tunnel which again crosses the router. Next component is foreign agent. The foreign agent can provide server service to the mobile node during its visit to the foreign network. The FA can have a COA, means care of address, acting as a tunnel endpoint and forwarding packets to the MN. The foreign agent can be the default router for the MN. The foreign agent can also provide security service because they belong to the foreign network as opposed to the MN which is only visiting. In short, foreign agent is the router that may function as the point of attachment for the mobile node when it roams to a foreign network, delivers packet from the home agent to the mobile node. Next component is care of address. The care of address defines the current location of the mobile node from an IP point of view. All IP packets sent to the MN are delivered to the COA. not directly to the IP address of the MN. Packet delivery forwards Packet delivery towards the mobile node is done using tunnel. To be more precise, the COI marks the endpoint of the tunnel, means the address where packets exit the tunnel. There are two different possibilities for the location of the care of address. Foreign agent COA. The COA could be located at the foreign agent. Means the COA is an IP address of the foreign agent. The foreign agent is the tunnel endpoint and forwards packet to the MN. Many MN using the foreign agent can share this COA as a common COA. Next is correlated COA. The COA is correlated if the MN temporarily acquired an additional IP address which acts as a COA. This address is now topologically correct and the tunnel endpoint is at the mobile node. Co-located address can be acquired using service such as DHCP. One problem associated with this approach is need for additional address. If mobile nodes request a COA, this is not always a good idea considering the scarcity of IPv4 addresses. Next component is correspondent node. At least one partner is needed for the communication. The correspondent node represents this partner for the MA. The correspondent node can be fixed or mobile node. Next component of mobile IP is home network. The home network is the subset the MN belongs to with respect to its IP address. No mobile IP support is needed within this network. Foreign network. The foreign network is the current subset the mobile node visits and which is not the home network. So these are the components of mobile IP. And now process of mobile IP between the components of mobile IP. In figure we can see the foreign network, foreign agent and mobile node in a foreign network, in a home network and correspondent node and tunnel. Now we discuss the process of mobile IP. The mobile IP process has three main phases: agent discovery, registration and tunneling. In agent discovery, a mobile node discovers its foreign and home agent during discovery. During the agent discovery phase, the HA, home agent and foreign agent advertise their service on the network by using the ICMP router discovery protocol. Mobile IP define two methods: agent advertisement and agent solicitation, which are in fact router discovery method plus extension. First method is agent advertisement. For the first method, FA and HA advertise their presence periodically using special agent advertisement message. This messages advertisement can be seen as a beacon broadcast into the subnet. For this advertisement, Internet Control Message Protocol messages according to RFC 1256 are used with some mobility extension. Second method is agent solicitation. If no agent advertisement are present or the inter-arrival time is too high and mobile node has not received a COA, the mobile node must send agent solicitation. These solicitations are again based on the RFC 1256 for router solicitation. Second phase is registration. A mobile node registers its current location with the foreign agent and home agent during registration. The main purpose of the registration is to inform the home agent of the current location for the correct forwarding of packets. Registration can be done in two ways depending on the location of COA. If the COA is at the FA, means foreign agent, the mobile node sends its registration request containing the COA to the FA, which is forwarding the request to the HA. The HA now set up a mobility binding containing a mobile node's home IP address and the current COA. Additionally, the mobility binding contains the lifetime of the registration, which is negotiated during the registration process. Registration expires automatically after lifetime and it is deleted. So a mobile node should register before expiration. After setting up the mobility binding, the HA send a reply message back to the FA which forwards it to the MN. If the CO is co-located, registration can be very simpler. The mobile node may send the request directly to the HA and vice versa. This, by the way, is also registration process for the mobile nodes returning to their home network. Now, third phase is tunneling. A tunnel is set up by the home agent to care of address to route packet to the mobile node because it roams. Care of address means kernel location of the mobile node on foreign network. A tunnel is used to establish a virtual pipe for data packet between a tunnel entry and a tunnel endpoint. Packets which are entering in a tunnel are forwarded inside the tunnel and leave the tunnel unchanged. Tunneling means sending a packet through a tunnel is achieved with the help of encapsulation. Tunneling is also known as port forwarding. Is the transmission and data intended for the use only within a private, usually corporate network through a public network. These are the three phases of the mobile AP. Next is application of mobile AP. Most common applications are remote access VPN. VPN means virtual private network. Remote access VPN based on IPsec technology are very sensitive to IP address chain. Mobile IP solution is compatible with all the major VPN solutions on the market. Second application, Microsoft Office and Windows. If a user edits a file on a server while changing networks, the file will be blocked on the server and cause problem. Next application of mobile IP is database application. Any client server application based on ODBC means open database connectivity. Drive or something like that will fail if the user changes IP address while working. Next is voice over IP. Voice applications which are becoming more and more popular on wireless network are typically example of session driven application. Without mobile IP, the user has to restart the conversation every time he moves between network of subset. So these are the application of mobile IP. Next topic is basic mobile IP, basic mobile computing protocol. IRDA for infrared, SMS protocol, wireless access protocol, 802.11 for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 3G, 4G, CDMA, GSM and WCDM. These are the basic mobile computing protocol. Now we discuss each one in detail. So first is IRDA for infrared. Short for Infrared Data Association, a group of device manufacturers that developed a standard for transmitting data via infrared light waves. Second is SMS protocol. Short message service is a text messaging service component of phone, web or mobile communication system using standardized communication protocol that allow the exchange of short text message between a fixed line or mobile phone devices. Mobile phone use this to send messages from one phone to another. Second protocol is wireless access protocol. Wireless access protocol means that WAP is a technical standard for accessing information over a mobile wireless network. A WAP browser is a WEP browser for mobile devices such as mobile phones that use the protocol. Wireless devices use this to send information over a wireless network. Next protocol is 802.11 for Wi-Fi. Apply to wireless LAN and provides 1 or 2 Mbps transmission in the 2.4 GHz band using either frequency hopping spread spectrum or direct sequence spread spectrum. Wireless devices use this for the bandwidth. The next protocol is Bluetooth. One of the oldest wireless protocols still broadly available. Bluetooth is used to synchronize data between phone and other battery powered devices. Bluetooth requires a lower amount of power to operate than Wi-Fi and most other wireless protocols. In return, Bluetooth connection only function over a relatively short distance, often 30 feet or 10 meter or less, and support relatively low data rates, usually 1 or 2 Mbps. Next protocol is 3G, means third generation, is generally considered applicable mainly to a mobile wireless. It is also relevant to fixed wireless and portable wireless. A 3G system should be operational from any location on or over the Earth's surface, including use in homes, business, government, office, medical establishments, the military, personal and commercial land vehicle, private and commercial watercraft and marine craft, private and commercial aircraft, and space station and spacecraft. Next protocol is 4G, the short term for the fourth generation wireless, the stage of broadband mobile communication that supersede the third generation end-to-end IP and high quality streaming video will be among 4G's features. Fourth generation networks are likely to use a combination of WiMAX and Wi-Fi. Next protocol is CDMA. Code division multiple access is a form of multiplexing which allows numerous signals to occupy a single transmission channel. Optimizing the use of available bandwidth, CDMA employs analog to digital conversion in a combination with spread spectrum technology. The technology used in ultra high frequency cellular phone system in the 800 MHz and 1.9 GHz bands. Next protocol is GSM. Global System for Mobile is a digital mobile telephone system that is widely used in Europe and other parts of the world. GSM uses a variation of TDMA and is the most widely used of the three digital wireless telephone technology, TDMA, GSM and CDMA. GSM digitizes and compresses data, then sends it down a channel with two other streams of user data. Each in its own time slot, it operates at either the 900 MHz or 1800 MHz frequency band. Next protocol is WCDMA, Wideband Code Division Multiple Access, is an ITU standard derived from CDMA, officially known as IMT 2000 Direct Spread. WCDMA supports mobile voice, image, data and video communication at up to 2 Mbps or 384 kbps wide area access. A 5 MHz wide carrier is used compared with 200 kHz wide carrier for narrowband CDMA. So these are the basic mobile computing protocol. For more video, like our YouTube channel and subscribe. Thank you for watching.